Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of war, traders of great renown, I, the strategic Indian, bid you welcome to my channel, where our motto is think, practice thinking. If you like the content, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment, which will greatly help with the almighty YouTube algorithm. Wars are expensive. Total wars are totally expensive. Therefore, if you would like to, then you can support my armies and cities via coffee or directly through PayPal. Links are in the description below. Other than a one-time donation, those entering the monthly membership tiers can have my heaven shaker armies named after themselves and watch with pride as they blaze their way to glory. For the city builder in you, whole cities can be named after you, which will last the test of time herself. Thanks in advance for any and all support. Now, on with the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Banished, where we have got our first food merchant in. So let's pause the game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this weather effect because then it gets far more difficult to look at the game, especially when it is the fall period. So let me go ahead and do that. If I remember how to do it, weather effect off, apply, okay. Yeah, so it's far clearer. We are going to either have this color or we are going to have it completely white when it is winter. So here you can see trader has come in with his little beautiful hat. Look at that beautiful hat he has. Let's go in. So this is what we wanted to talk about and we left the last episode. And this is a food merchant. Food merchants can bring up 30,000 individual goods. So if you are at the late game, so which is 150 population plus, then you start getting the maximum amount that the particular merchant can bring. And for food merchants, it happens to be 30,000 of anything, of pumpkins, apples, these nuts, whatever. So we have to train this merchant up now. And that's what we are going to do. And similarly, this merchant is going to get trained up. We have got a little recap. The first forester hub is done. Second forester hub is done. School is in the middle with 12 students, but I'm not worried about it overshooting. It can take up to 20 students. Also, I have a footprint down of another school, and in rapid haste, I can make this one. We built up the third hub, the forester's hub, and we have enough people to make things work. So for example, we can get another herbalist to work because we got extra laborers. We have got 23 homes for 21 families. So that does tell me that probably there are some older people who don't have a family, but they do have a home. So that's nothing to worry about. This is probably because there are two homes. So there is Messica and another home somewhere where there is only one person living. So that is because they are way too old. They don't have a partner. We don't need to worry about that. We are fine. We are keeping quite nice tabs on our population growth. And I seriously can't find out who that one family is. Who's single? There is another house basically which has got a single unit. Now, we need to focus and learn about training the food merchant. So for doing that, we don't want chicken, we don't want pumpkin. Because chicken costs 3, I don't want to pay 3 for meat. Now, let's go to the purchase. We have, of course, over here written down what exactly we want, and right now it's logs, stones, and iron. However, we want 4 types of different foods for our toons. So there are grain, meats, fruits, and vegetables. And you want to have a balanced diet whereby they are eating all 4. Now, for grains, we are going to choose wheat or potato because, no, potato is under vegetables. Wait, I'm going to come to that. So for grains, we're going to choose wheat. For meats, we're going to choose fish because we want to buy the cheapest source of protein, which is fish because it costs just 1 unit. If you're buying venison or beef, they cost 3 units. So yeah, we don't want to pay 3 times the price for the same amount of protein. Fruits, we are going to take apples because I want to make ale out of it. And another cool trick is that later we are going to just put down a bunch of taverns. So this is our tavern right here. And when you slap down a tavern, the auto default for ale is with apple. So if you want to choose peach, which is fine, but then every time you put down a tavern, you have to choose peach. And if you miss some tavern and you're not importing any peach or any apple, then it's going to get stuck trying to make apple. Inefficiency, don't want that. Lastly, we have got vegetables, and in that I want potatoes because potatoes as a unit is already input into my inventory. So I want to keep the inventory as clean as possible, and I want to get not another kind of vegetable because then I will have the entry for potato and for something else. Don't want that. So let's tell this guy to bring apples, fish, potato, wheat. 4 kinds. Now in the beginning, that's every visit. In the beginning, we just want apple because we want to make a gigantic amount of ale. So I'm going to switch off fish, potato, and wheat. We just want apples, which we are going to convert into ale and start buying more logs with which we can make firewood, which we can turn into more food. In this case, it's going to be apples. Apples are going to get into ale, with which we're going to buy more apples, right? So it's a vicious cycle, and that's what we're going to do. This is capitalism. So we are going to be absolutely willy-nilly buying things. We are not going to give a thought. We are going to buy our way through every problem. So let's just check. Yeah, every visit, I want apples. You have got chicken and pumpkin. I am not going to ask him to buy these things right now because he has not been trained up. If I gave orders for meats and vegetables, then he would go and buy chicken and pumpkin, and then those would start reflecting in my town hall, and then I would just continuously get a gigantic number of items, and then it is going to just make a mess. I'm also going to sort the items that I already have in terms of quantity. Right. So we are not going to buy anything. Let's dismiss him. He has been trained, and in future it will be able to get the right things. So there you can see one of our vendors are going with their wheelbarrow and getting a bunch of the items that he needs to get, which in this case is ale, but we don't have any ale, so he is going to get firewood. So he is picking up firewood. There was some firewood over here, and he can pick up to 500. So that's fantastic. Let him go ahead and do that. So I have some labor, I have leather. Let me start making coats again, because as we saw last time, we have 100% clothing, but I do want to build up some extra clothing. And I have 24 leather, which needs to get used up. Our third Forester hub is operational, with plenty of space left. I'm not going to build these houses, so let's pause them. And one more thing I wanted to check is, I thought there was a gap in between these houses, and there is. So this is a mistake. I don't want this gap over here. I want these houses to be back to back. So we are going to deconstruct these three houses, and we need to move them to over here. So let's open up this particular house so that this will get built. We are going to deconstruct the house. We have to get rid of this gap. As I harped on in the previous episode, the land in this part of the map is going to be pure gold. So I'm not going to waste this whole tile, because these houses can be back to back. So I don't want this. This is a mistake. We're going to get rid of it in this episode. Right. So another goods merchant has come up. Now let's talk about the goods merchant. Goods merchant can bring up to 40,000 of total items. So it can bring 40,000 apples if it wanted to. But it can't do that. It can bring 10,000 of say wood or some resources and 30,000 apples. So every visit I want him to get apples and logs. I'm not going to choose fish, potato and wheat for the reason that I already talked about. We are not going to buy anything from him yet in terms of food, because we are just training him. If he had bought wood, I would have got wood, because I have 4147 firewood ready to buy anything that this guy brings to us. So let's dismiss him. You see, it remains at 4147. Didn't buy anything. This guy goes on his way. This gives us a little bit of time. So let's have a look. This house is going up. And I am going to get ready to deconstruct one of these houses, so that these guys can move right from that part of the map to this part of the map. There we go. And let's break that house. Our blacksmith has made 500 tools, so I'm going to push up the amount of tools to 1,000, so that I can keep on making more and more tools. We are not going to trade in tools. For a long time, most of our tools are going to be made by this one blacksmith. Later we will require 2 blacksmiths, and then maybe 3 or 4, but there is a chance that we might have to just buy our way in terms of tools. So we are going to be capitalists. Let's build, let's keep on utilizing all of our resources. Another person, Beylig, has become a laborer. Let's try to find where Beylig is. And at this stage, with so many houses, I'm far more content to see who moves into a particular building, and in case there is a single pairing, I'll try to demolish and re-establish the house, because there's no point clicking through 23 homes that I have right now. Beylig is over here. So Beylig actually doesn't need the house. So this house, which is going to get built, has got already a pairing. No problem. Let's open this house then. We're going to open up this house so that we can move people from over here to over here. And therefore we can also put in additional houses, taking care that we don't leave that one gap. So there you can see there is no gap. 1, 2, 3. And this gives us a tremendous opportunity that we are actually moving people closer to the 4th quadrant. So depending on the number of laborers that I can produce, we can either open up the 4th Forester's Hub today, or we can just content us with 3. Let's see where it goes. our tailor ran out of goods to make items with, so therefore I'm going to close that, which is going to give us option for an extra laborer. Let's go ahead, destroy this house. Let's move the people over here. There we go, beautiful. Pairings have to be continuously maintained. I'm going to open up this house so that I can open up and destroy that house. I have 5 people coming into the workforce right now, so let's increase the number of builders to 2. Let's open up this particular storage hut. And you know what? Let's just invest into the 4th quadrant. Let's open up this house. Let's try to move people towards the 4th house. So somebody died. So Lani, so Messica died, who was a sole person, and therefore we have got a broken house over here. So Donna and Lani split up, right? Well, we don't want that. We want them to stick together. So let's destroy this house. So then that is going to force the person who's homeless currently to move into with Lani. So I'm going to deconstruct this house by trying to upgrade it and then reclaim it. Let's see if that little trickery works. There it does. Lani and Donna are paired up. 3 of the houses that we want gone are going to go away. And we are going to start work on our 4th quadrant itself. As you can see, we have 12 students, so we are not going close to 20 yet, so we don't need to open up another school. However, if you want peace of mind, you can construct another school. If you see that this number suddenly goes up to say 20-ish, say 18, close to 18, 16 to 18, then you want to open up another school. And you want to have adequate number of laborers left so that in case that teacher dies, you don't get a bunch of uneducated people coming into your workforce. Trader is here. Resource merchant Rigobert has bought in stone. So I'm going to dismiss him because I'm confident that we are going to buy the stone that we need. And I'm sure that has taken place. This house is going up. Let me pin that over here. In case I get a broken home, I'm going to deconstruct one of these homes over here. These homes are prime real estate because look at them. They are just facing the cemetery. That is the best kind of housing that the banished people want. We have a nice pairing, so I don't need to worry about anything. Let's open up another home. Because we have 4 laborers right now, so that means another forester's hub can actually be opened up. So let me build 2 houses, make sure they populate, and then open up this particular forester's lodge so that I can start collecting wood from this gigantic field. And more wood is going to be the basis of our economy. We are going to produce a lot of wood and a lot of firewood, which we are going to buy the entire world with. We have 2 workers. This storage yard also got built. Fantastic. Let's put down a little bit of storage hut. Wherever we can. Wherever you see free space, you want to put the minimum amount because, yeah, if there is a lot, then you suffer from the problem that it takes up a lot of space and therefore trees cannot grow there, food cannot be grown there, and therefore you are basically wasting space. Excuse me. Let us now go ahead and open up this forester. So the fourth quadrant is what we are going to enter into today. Always keep an eye on the number of children, number of students that you have. We have 13 students. So we did go up. We used to have 12 and it went up to 13. You can see everybody's coming in and dropping off the goods, how quickly things are getting built up. Things are getting built up really fantastically fast, given how efficient everything is, because we are very close by and keeping a very good eye on everything. I'm going to increase the number of foresters already because I do want them to get assigned to their job immediately and not suck up labor from everywhere else. Right, food merchant has come, so let's give him the orders. Apples, every visit. Goodbye. Let's train up this particular trading post. And given our resource conditions, especially stone, we'll try to build up some more trading posts today. There we go. Another forester's hub is up. Let's see where the workers come from. They come from pretty close by, and slowly they are going to move into these houses. Right, we have got 16 students right now. That's a bit of a danger zone. So let's go ahead and increase priority on the second housing. That is because we have 13 students, 13 children right now. So if 13 children enter the work, 10 years of age, which is not going to happen, of course, but if it does, then we are going to not be able to take care of all of them. So we want to make sure that this is up. Ideally, the number of schools you should be less than the number of students plus the number of children. So if you have that number more than 40, then it tells you that you should build more than 2 schools, because every school can take 20 each. Very efficient schools. They're excellently placed to give good education to our people. You know what? Let me stop this. Hold on. Let's pause the game. This is not going to be the place where I want the school, ideally. Why is that? Because I want this to be, this market, around this market is going to be a production hub. Right next to it is going to be another common production hub. So that is where the tailor, the blacksmith, the schools, the church will go. So that's going to come over here. And we're going to put another production hub over here. And after this common production hub, we're going to have another production hub over here. So big production hub here, common production hub, 2 production hubs next to each other. So the school is going to be somewhere here. So how do we measure these? That's very easy to measure. We already have the measurement right here. So let's bring this road down all the way right here. Let's stretch this road out all the way. Let's stretch this road out all the way. And let us put in 4 schools, the footprint of 4 schools, and we are going to build only one of them for the time being. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 schools, so 80 students can be taught in this particular hub. And let's check if the length is fine by putting 2 ghost footprints of woodcutters. And let's see if it all fits. See, it fits perfectly. It fits perfectly. So this is going to be our school district. Let's remove this woodcutters and let's prioritize this particular school. And I'm going to therefore remove this school footprint. And I'm going to open this particular school so that it's near to this hub and also this hub. This hub is of course going to suffer a little bit, but they will have a little bit of a walk distance, but we'll get there. So let's build this up. While that happens, I'm going to cycle through our houses. So I can see that main will require a house. So a house for main right there. So here you can see that there is an extra tile right here. So all this is going to disappear. All our foresters hub are going to go away. But how nice our design is that just from placing this market, we were just one tile off. If I put the market one tile lower, then all of this would have fit in straight lines. But okay, we're not going to deconstruct this entire world for that. You can see our food is about to hit 10,000. We are at 9,090. We were at 5,900, so close to 6,000. So we are closing near 10,000. We have a bunch of leather, so let's go ahead and tell the tailor to build more coats. And one tailor, I have got 3 hunters right now. More the merrier. They actually need, I think, close to 4 to make it continuously run. So if you think that we are going to be able to just get all of the clothes based on the hunting we do, that's not going to be the case. We're a bit low on iron, so I'm going to ask for some nearby iron to be harvested. So I see some iron nearby here. I don't see some very close by. And that will help us build the school. And you can see we are back to 13 students. We went up to 16, which was a bit worrisome, but we came back. I'm going to give orders for these iron to also be picked up. Great, the footprint of the school is up. Now for the school, what I always do is I put an extra laborer in advance. Reason for that is, if I have only one teacher and there is one school, then all the students who are over here can suddenly move over here because there is only one teacher between the two of them, right? And that would throw everything out of whack. So it's better we are going to keep one teacher just be weird, a citizen without a job. But as soon as this teacher is, as the school is built, he is going to be assigned over here. And the students which are nearer are going to go to this school. So this school alone won't have all the 12 students. It's going to lower and going to get split up between themselves. Firewood has reached its limits. There are no limits to firewood. Let's go to 20,000 firewood. We hit 2,000 firewood. Let's just keep on chopping. There we go. New school is up. I'm going to move this particular, what do you call this? Tailor and blacksmith over here. Let's see how much they cost. They cost quite a lot of iron, so might as well not do it yet. We'll do it at a later stage. Because I have got a better incentive in putting the iron that I'm making into trading posts. Because I've trained up my trading posts. A lot of trading posts. So here we see nomads are coming in, guys. Look at this. Nomads are coming in. And nomads are not going to be accepted. Under no condition are we going to take nomads. Here they come. So there we get the notification that nomads have arrived in your town center. They can stand over here. If you go to the tab over here, you can see that 6 nomads are requesting citizenship. I don't like to deny. I just wait for them to go away. Why? Because nomads are not educated. So you can see our beautiful education. It's 100%. And the main reason is they also bring disease, which sounds very bad out of context, so please don't take it out of context. But the real reason why we are not going to take nomads is because they're communist spies. So yeah, we are not going to make a chink in our armor. Total number of citizenship is hitting close to 80, so I have got to build a hospital. Above 50 citizens, you begin to have chances of diseases being struck. So let's go and build a hospital in the middle of nowhere. I can't, let me try to first put, let me see if I can fit a trading post over here, because if I can put a trading post, then I can't put a hospital there, because trading posts are, of course, priority. Everything is going to get centered around trading posts, and I don't want to have hospitals near trading posts. So I can put a trading post here, so that's why the hospital can't come here. Now, can I put a trading post here? So the nearest trading post I can put is over here. Right here. So let me see if I can find a place for my hospital which is not in the way. Because if you have people going back and forth in front of your in front of your hospital where sick people are, then they are going to bring everybody down. So I'm finding some complete nonsense place. Something like here would be the ideal place for a hospital. And this hospital will never have any physicians until and unless I get a disease. Until and unless I get a disease. So let's go ahead, unpause. Let them go ahead and build a hospital over here. Later we're going to keep moving the hospital further and further away. Only if I have a disease, then I'm going to quickly put in a particular worker. And then everybody who's got a disease is going to go very far away from my colony. Far, far, far away from giving us trouble. And therefore, they are going to go to the hospital and not infect our people. The point is, as soon as you get disease, is to send everybody the heck away from your workplace. So let's continue to map out our districts, which I go and do with woodcutters, because 2 woodcutters back to back is the length of a particular district, followed by a market, right there. None of those things we are going to build right now. So we bought some iron, and you can see how quickly that happens, that I don't even need to look and do calculations, because we are auto buying everything. So let's remove these. Let's pause the structure. Let's draw clear rectangular lines, because we want to have clear chain of command, things going as smoothly as possible. There we go. And followed by 2 woodcutters. So let's first put the road. Road is going to come up to here. I'm going to leave 1 gap, and then I'm going to build a tunnel all the way, tunnel all the way across here. So that, of course, we are going to stop. We won't build it, but we can clearly cross, and we can even have a bridge right across. So that we can easily start exploiting the area which is over here. All of this is going to get built up. All of that we are planning and pre-planning. So let's go ahead and put down 2 woodcutters, which is going to basically just give me the length and breadth. We're not going to build any of that. We can't build this. Can't build this. Unless I remove the tunnel, can I then build it? Because I would rather have it than not. I can build it, but only in this orientation. I would prefer it in this orientation, then it's nearer to the market. Okay, I'm going to build a tunnel here and I'm going to convert the rest of the space into storage because we also shall require a lot of storage. So let's just put the tunnel back. If I had this whole thing moved one tile more to this side, then probably it would have all fit. But yeah, we can't, nobody can plan that much in advance. Let's not worry about it. Let's have a look at our hospital is being constructed. So let's hope that no disease strikes us yet. And we keep opening up houses because we now have a lot of people entered the workforce and also died. So we'll have to have a look at how things are before we expand any further. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to look at all the houses again. Yeah, so Barrel, what a funny name, Barrel, 23 years, gatherer, needs a house. So that is going to be a house for Mr. Barrel. We have a single occupancy house over here, but that's an old person. We don't kick out old people. This is not the Soviet Union. We are vigilant against spies. So there you can see the nomads went away. We didn't kick them out. We just chose not to talk to them. And that's another single house. No spies at all. No spies. Spies are no good. Go away, spies. We have Beylik, who's a single house guy. So I'm going to make a stone house and then reopen, and let's see if somebody comes and occupies that house. Meanwhile, I'll pause this house. I want double occupancies. I don't want single occupancies. Because then Beylik is going to just spend his entire life being a bum. I don't want bums in my life. He's going to bum off and not have children. Don't want that. Everybody is going to be a productive place. There we go. Barrel and Tenny. And where did the bum go? I don't know. But probably some broken home got filled up. So that's good. Right now, again, we have a little bit of time to catch up our breath. Because we are building the hospital, that's going to take a bit of time because it requires quite a lot of resources, and it's a bit farther away. But that's on purpose. That is always on purpose. I'm going to build a road so that I know. So there are some blockages which we knew were there. Let's build a straight road all the way to the middle of the hospital. And when the hospital is done, we are going to tunnel straight through this. This is going to be one impressive tunnel. This is going to be one impressive tunnel. So that we're going to tunnel straight through this big hill, and we're going to go off to the other side to go and get our goods. We have only 2 workers. So we can't open up too many buildings in the 4th quadrant. There we go. So Mathen, the food merchant, has learned that he has to bring in apples, right? And now I'm going to tell him to go ahead and buy 9,999 fruits, 9,999 grains and vegetables. Because now we are going to start the snowballing. We are still farther away. We're still far away. But it begins. We are going to buy 1,500 food. Guys, check this out. We have 10,000, 11,000 food-ish. 10,800, 900 food. So that's 11,000 food. I'm going to buy 1,500 food within 1 second. So it takes us a year with the gatherer to collect 2,000 food. Now within a few seconds, I'm going to make 1,500 food. Check this out. 4147 firewood. I'm going to press on dismiss. It goes to 3447. 3647. So we have bought that apple, and there it is in the inventory. Therefore, I am now going to open up this tavern to work. and we are going to start building taverns, because I don't want my people to go ahead and eat those apples. I want them to turn all of those apples into ale. All those ale are going to get siphoned off and get converted into trade goods by getting stockpiled into our trading posts. So we have to now wait for the apples to come into this market. As soon as they come into the market, the ale guy, the brewer, is going to pick it up, go back to his workplace, make ale, drop it back, which is now going to get siphoned off by the trader. So here comes the vendor, and there we go, 500 apple. So there you see, it takes 500, he can carry 500, he bought 500, he's going to make 3 trips. That entire amount of apples which were there in that trading post is going to come into this market. It's going to be picked up, this brewer, who is going to go and make ale, drop it back into this. So he's got one tile, there we go, it's already working. Look at that. Who's this? It's Desica. Desica is working. Let's go. It's made 10 ale, 10 ale, 20 ale, because it takes 30 apples to make 10 ale. And that is the best time and resource intensive wise item in the game. We are now slowly going to build up another tavern. We have, of course, got a few workers. So let's go ahead, open up another house. I'm going to stop the tailor because I don't have enough leather. There we go, another 1500. Oh, first I will have to order it to buy it. So let's make the grains 9. So we are not going to get the grains and things because we don't need it, because we need to win the game initially. Trade, dismiss. There we go. It went and bought it auto-bought. So I don't even have to calculate. I don't have to sit with a calculator. At this age, you don't want to do arithmetic. I am a bit anxious about getting the hospital up because, yes, in case there is disease, I will be able to quickly take control of the situation. And if there is a person who's diseased, if there is no hospital, they're going to walk around their houses and their workplaces. And anybody who crosses them, then they have a probability of infecting them. So suppose they get infected in this quadrant, they are going to walk straight through my town all the way to the hospital. So there is a chance he's going to bump into some people and infect them, and they are going to go to this hospital, and I'm going to put a physician. So that physician is going to travel a long way to come over here, and then they are going to get treated. And if they are not having any people nearby, then they won't be able to infect. So your point is to keep hospitals as far away as possible. So our hospital is built, very beautiful building. There we go, look at that beautiful hospital. We are going to turn off work because we do want people to not work over here. Nobody works in the hospital until and unless I get a disease. So let's cross that. So this is a big step in your colony building. Our graves are filling up. So I'm going to build another grave yard. And let's go ahead and build a slightly large graveyard. Which I can put somewhere here. I don't care about this part that much. Because over here also I can put trading posts, because this little rivulet, as you can see on the map, is connected to the big river. So boats are going to come down here. This is bonus. This is bonus. Let's try to fit some trading posts here. Fitting trading posts here are very difficult because the river doesn't have enough thickness to accommodate. But some places do have it, like right here. So I'm going to put one down over here. But you have to be opportunistic. But you won't be able to fit too many in this tiny rivulet because it doesn't have the thickness. There you can see I can fit the entire thing, but except a few tiles. Let's try the other side. Also no. Yeah. So here you won't be able to fit too much in terms of trading posts, but we're going to try to fit as many trading posts as we can. And of course, what we are going to do is make production areas around these places, production area and houses. Let's go ahead and build a big cemetery, a 20 by 20, 20 by 20? Am I feeling brave? Brave New World? No, 7 by 7, just kidding. So why 7 by 7? Because 7 by 7 is the cheapest and the smallest cemetery that you can build. And that has got 9 places for graves. So that is the most efficient grave yard size for the space, because space is going to be absolutely premium. That is the most efficient and economic thing that you can have. We have got 5 laborers right now. We have a few extra families, so I'm going to build a few more houses. So I'll build a house here. And the thing that I was putting off for the longest time is I am going to now start to put the housing situation for over here. Because I will have a lot of trade posts over here, I will require an inordinate amount of housing to be accommodated over here. So let's first get all the roads down, which we know is over here and over here. Let's check, always check for the lengths. You can put, if you can put 2 woodcutters back to back, there you see, it's a mistake. They need to be further apart. This is not a correct road. So this is the correct road. And of course, I'm going to get rid of these woodcutters because I don't need them right here. So that leaves this area prime real estate for house and putting down a market. Now let's see if we can do that. So these are going to be houses which I shall not so I'm going to try to fit the maximum amount of houses. So how do I go about doing that? I will have houses which are facing down here, here, and here. And naturally we will have houses going up. So 3 by 3 houses, that's the best, because that is going to be exactly equal to our 2 or 4 woodcutters back to back. So for example, you see, ale and woodcutters, they have the same footprint. So we are going to basically make this unit. This is the unit we want to build. So I'll be a bit more systematic. Let me just think a little bit. I'm just trying to think that there will be houses. This is the row of houses. You can see there'll be, all of this will be housing, housing, housing. All this is going to be broken down. So if this is housing, I should have a market here. So pecan seeds, get out of here. Don't want to see your face. Go away, pecan seeds. Autosave is coming in to save the day. Right. All of these houses we are going to just stop. We're not going to build anything. We're going to open it up as and when we require, but not yet. So let's pause all of that. Let's pause this one too, because I want to move people towards the fourth quadrant to ensure that we have enough of a food supply, because yeah, we just have 2 trading posts right now, right? So it's still imperative that we get this gatherer's hut working, so we require 2 housing right here. We have 6 laborers, so that's just ideal to ideal number of workers for opening up and populating the working space of the entire fourth quadrant. I need 4 people for my gatherer and 2 people, one for the hunter and one for the herbalist. This is basically the consolidation phase. We are really early game. Let's look at the amount of our inventory. We have 851 apple left because yeah, we are converted like crazy, and all the apple which is all the ale which is coming in right now is getting siphoned off into our trading post, because trading guy is coming and getting them. See, 80 ale has gotten pulled up, and this one has pulled up 222 ale. We want to give as many vendors as possible and as many traders as possible, so that we can move ale and into the trading post really quickly. We can move apples into the market really quickly, so that we can have a very efficient production. We don't want people to drink that ale. Look at this. This one production house of tavern has produced 400 ale. This is how efficient this is. This can be pushed up to 540. So there's plenty. We can still increase. Right now, because we have the town hall up, we see that we have 28 homes for 31 families. That tells me to build more houses, because I want to have the number of homes equal to the number of families. As you can see, as soon as houses get built, people are moving in. They are just ideal age. They have just learned to work, and now they are going to get into the business of gathering, because gatherer is right here. I want more and more laborers to come in over here, and as soon as laborers come in over here, they shall get converted into gatherers. So I am already going to push up the number of gatherers that I want to 16, so that they can immediately start their working as soon as that building is built. We have got a trader come in. Let's see. Chickens, I don't want. Go. No husbandry, no animal husbandry, no farming. We are going to go to 1 million food on the basis of our capitalism. Pure and distilled capitalism. There we go. Another gatherer's hut has come up. So I'm sure we will be not starving. We are going to have a lot of different kinds of food. We have got meat in terms of venison. We don't have grain. We are not buying grain. That's for later. Let's just consolidate. This cemetery got filled up entirely, and one space of has opened up in right there. This cemetery is going to get built up. It will take time, but it will get done. Graves decay over time, so you don't have to worry. So as time goes on, this grave is going to disappear and fresh grave places are going to come up. There is a very interesting mod in which you have, instead of gravestones, you have zombies' hands which come out of the ground. So then instead of these nice crosses and nameplates, you have zombies' hands sticking out and zombies walking around in the graveyard. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. People are so creative. Let's open up another house. We're still lagging in number of terms of homes, and of course, I'm sure deep down there are people who are waiting for homes and not getting them. So, grand strategy now is that we have 4 working Foresters Hub, and now we are going to start to move our people towards the trading post. So trading post, this is where we want everybody to move towards, because we are going to open up construction for all of these trading posts, and we are going to start populating the trading post with a lot of labor. So all of that labor is going to get fed by this huge number of people who are going to get accommodated over here. They shall of course require their own market right here, and therefore we will be able to supply, we are going to be able to siphon, and we are able to provide labor from that hub right there. Another house got built. Beautiful 21 and 17-year-old people have moved in. Let's open up the storage area because we want storage, and we'll also open up the harvest. A bit of extra work. Let me put in 4 construction guys so that things get moved along a bit faster. And as soon as this is built, we are going to now forget about the 4 hubs that we have built, and we are going to start to go into trading. So in subsequent episodes, we are going to essentially just focus on trading, and this will be a bit of a relic. And as soon as we have got the trader storm coming in, where we will have thousands of traders coming in every second, we are going to focus on training all of those, and we are going to just essentially go ahead and auto buy and auto sell and wait to reach 1 million food. That's the plan. So our stockpiles are filling up. So let me measure out where I can put stockpiles. Any free space that you have, you want to change into stockpiles. So that's here. So let me go ahead and turn all the area in between the back of the houses into stockpiles because I have free area. Any free space. Let's put a 10 by 5. Let's put a 10 by 5. Let's put another 10 by 5. Another 10 by 5. And a 3 by 5. Whatever fits is what we are going to go and put in. Remember, they can walk over stockpile, so having a stockpile is not going to stop your people from going anywhere. So once these open up, these annoying notifications are going to go away. These notifications are not that annoying. Look at this. As our population grows, the number of apples that we're bringing in is going up. So let's go and press dismiss. It's auto-bought, all of those things. I don't even need to look. Let me look inside. See, 3,300 because we can buy up to 9,990 apples. So 3,000 is less than that. 4th hub is operational. Let's go ahead and put labor into it and forget about this hub. The well and this storage is going to get built, but we are going to slowly start forgetting about our 4 hubs. And as we see the requirement, we are going to start demolishing and moving people towards this economy, which we are going to base on our trade goods. So let's pause these houses. I don't need these houses to be built yet. As we build houses over here, this particular trading hub, this particular forester hub is going to get affected because you see it's within the area, within the purview of this particular this forester's lodge. So we're going to lose some trees. Don't care about it. Do not care about it. All of these graves are going to get bulldozed. We're going to build nice cemeteries far away. People can go and relax. But this is a capitalistic society. We want people to work 16 hours a day. Children work. No, they don't. That's not the narrative. Narrative is we are building a better society than the Soviet Union. But children are going to get good education from all the schools. We have 13 students right now, 20 children who are able to get into schools. So we have 13 plus 20 is 33. We have two schools. Maximum is 40 students we can absorb. So we don't need to open up more schools. And you can see that the housing, which we are going to build over here, a gigantic amount of housing, will still be nearer to the school hub. This is going to be pretty central, and therefore we are going to be able to educate people very quickly because they are going to walk across to the schools very quickly and get into schools. Okay, a little trick that I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct these houses because I want this house to face this way. I want them to face this way. And the reason for that is all the houses which are coming up over here, like right here, these houses, they will come and end right there because I know exactly the length. And therefore, there won't be a gap. I would have liked to have a gap, but they can go through and still access other areas, so nothing to worry about. We have got 4 laborers. So let's open up a brewer so that all the ale, all the apple gets turned into ale. Well is built up, so that gives a lot of security to this particular hub. We have a well over here. This hub is secured. We are waiting for this well to be built. I won't build it because it's very close to the water and it is quite in the path of where I want my buildings to go up. So I don't want it to take up space. So let's start building houses right here. I'm going to open up this house and pause these houses. The nearer I am to the workplace, the easier it is for them to go over there and work. So in this episode, basically what we have done is that we have got ahead. I'm going to save over here in case there's a fire. Yeah, I'm going to save over here. And we'll continue a little while. But 4 Foresters Hub are done. So technically, this is a good endpoint for the thing, for the episode. But let's go ahead and see this tavern being built, which is going to start getting a lot of ale production for us. I'm going to deconstruct this tailor. And I'm going to bring the number of tailors down, and I'm going to move the tailor and blacksmith to the next square, which is going to be the common working square. And let's put in 2 tailors. Oops. The way this is designed, everything is designed to fit to the length of 2. Wait. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, I need to solve this problem. because I can't fit my tailor right here. Oh, I can. Wait a minute. Oh my god. I thought this was not fitting over here and I would have to deconstruct quite a lot, move everything one. Because it should, yeah. It should fit. So it does. Nothing to worry about. I got a bit of a panic attack. Don't want that in my life. We're going to pause all these buildings because I don't need them to be working right now. Let's keep one tailor open and one blacksmith opened, and I'm going to deconstruct this particular blacksmith because we have enough tools, but we want to move him over here. So this will be a common production hub and another common production hub here. This is going to be the school district. Churches, I will have to find some space for them. We'll have housing at the end of this. So there'll be housing all the way over here, feeding all of these buildings. There will be housing over here, which is going to be feeding the trading posts, which we are going to train up. Let's go open up more houses. And let's push up the number of brewers to 2 because we have got 2 brewers right now. Yeah, everything is going to fit. Nothing is not going to not fit. And we are going to have an excellently planned system. So grand strategy, we are on the way to domination. We already have 16,000 food. We might have to start building a lot of storage barns because our storage barns are filling up. And we shall have to do that because we are going to go to 1 million food, which is going to require 330 storage barns because storage barns take, I could have fit storage barns right here. I could have fit really nice storage barns over here. Okay, I'll have to think about what to do. Housing situation is under control. We are building houses because we have got a town hall. I have explained how to build houses. 4 Foresters Hub are going to give us more than enough food. You can see all of our storage bins are getting filled up. All of that is getting filled up. Market still has a lot of area. We can open up new markets to fill up. There is a method of how to build up markets. I'll get into that in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in, guys. This has been the Strategic Indian. I hope you have an excellent work week ahead of you. Have a great time, and I hope to see you back for more Banished. This has been the Strategic Indian, signing out.